you're currently on tour with Honor Society, so how's it been going so far?
So far, it's been wonderful. We've been to like 3/4 of the way done, and we've been in the southeast, and then we went all the way west, and in the Midwest, and now we're up in the north, and then we'll go up more north, and then back down in the south. So we're making our like a full circle of the U.S. and Canada.
And how would you say has the crowd reaction been to you so far?
Everything's been going great so far. I've had a lot of fun with Kate and the guys from Honor Society. They've been very fun to hang out with just off the road, and then also I've learned a lot more on stage and everything. So it's been awesome, great experience.
Now, what would you say is the biggest thing you've learned over the course of this tour?
Over the course of the tour, I think adversity at this point. I had acute bronchitis for the first week or two, and now I've lost my voice again. So just like getting to a show and that whole thing, the show must go on. That's something I think you just got to go through it to get get the knowledge of how to deal with that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's all stuff I need to get through my system and everything. But on the more positive side of things, I've learned that every city has the same group of amazing people, and I've just learned so much about each city we've been to. And Honor Society has the best fans. They're very loyal.
And what would you say has been the best show so far?
I would say my favorite show has been Chicago and the House of Blues. It was so much fun. My parents happened to also be there, so it was a good mix of family and being from out of town. So I definitely think Chicago House of Blues. Second would have been Club Nokia in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
that was awesome. It was full.
I'm going to the show tomorrow, so I think it might beat it out. It's New York.
Yes, I know. I'm excited about that. I'm so excited.
Now, what would you say is the best part about the whole touring thing?
Really, I met so many people during the shows, obviously, but I'm making so many friends in my bus, and just Kate is like a little sister to me, and her band's great. So I'm just like really getting to know and how like colleagues, I guess, as you normally would in a work setting, but we're all in the same boat, and we're all trying to do the same thing. And Kate and I supported each other so much through her being sick and me being sick, and then just life stuff. You miss your family. She's from Jersey, and I'm from Nashville, but we have this definite connection, and it's both of our first a real tour, especially on our back and everything. So we've been there for each other. So making a new friend for life is always a good thing. But as far as professionally, my favorite thing about the tour is really just getting to know all these new people out in each city and making fans and getting to share my music.
Now, generally, have all the artists been getting along so far?
Yeah, we haven't had any issues artist-wise. As I've mentioned, that Kate and I have definitely hit it off. And then as far as the other guys, we do something with them on the set. And their set, we come out on one thing, and we've hung out with them off the whole tour, and we've done an MTV show with them called Silent Library, and they're great guys. They're just really fun. So for Kate and I, it's just like having brothers all of a sudden, 4 of them.
And you've toured with some pretty big artists like Emily Osment and Catherine McPhee, so what's been like your favorite tour so far?
So far, I would say this one's probably my favorite, is just because we're going so many different places, and we're playing inside different clubs and theaters, and we played outside during the Walmart tour, and that was great, but it was kind of the same setting every day.
Right.
So now I'm getting to have different experiences with a lot of the House of Blues, or however you say that, and the Nokias, and then we have the small little rock clubs that are also very, very much character, I'll put it that way.
Now, have you had that moment yet where you're looking into the crowd and you're starting to realize, wow, I've made it?
I've had inklings of that. Of course, I haven't complete who made it, so I won't, fool myself. I've got a long way to go, and I'm happy to be in that spot because I believe that too. I don't think I should have arrived, so to speak, yet either. But I've had moments where I'm like, okay, I can do this. This is something I can definitely see myself doing. So and those moments are very, very fun to experience. I definitely had a lot of them during the Chicago and LA shows.
Yeah, performing in front of a couple of thousand of people every night isn't too bad of a job.
No, it's definitely worth the hard work. So, yeah.
And then you have your debut album coming out this May, so what can you tell us about it?
It comes out on May 11th, and I wrote all the songs on it, and I wrote them about life experiences and my other friends' life experiences because, let's be honest, not one person can be, to me, a full album's worth of emotions before they start getting stale. So my single that's out right now is called Heart of Gold, and it is about my friend, actually, and her trials and tribulations with this guy who has issues committing to one thing. Like, one day he's really, really into her. The next day he, doesn't call, and then the next day he's calling her and saying, hey, why don't we get coffee and hang out as friends? So he's, doesn't understand what he's doing either. And that's one of them. And then another one is called Tripping It Up, and it is my second single, actually. And it's all about committing to one person as well, which is it's a totally different idea, but the underlying factor is still commitment. Whereas in life, people seem to get married thinking, well, if it doesn't work out, I can get a divorce. Kind of like just like a typical breakup. So it's talking about everybody's doing this, and we need to fix it because we all need to try to get into it, for a little bit longer than just, take the easy way out, so to speak. So that's totally different from the first one. And then I have, the happy songs. One of them's called Comeback. It's really, really upbeat, and it's kind of a throwback. And it's kind of a song that has just a lot of old song. I don't know, old elements to it. Where I have it's kind of a Grease. That's what I pictured. The last song of Grease, only in a retro environment with a lot of keyboards and stuff. So it definitely runs the gamut as far as the sounds and the emotions that we explore.
Now, what would you say is the most difficult part of the recording process?
The most difficult is for me, it's at the very end, seeing what we've missed. Well, we've already written the song, and I guess for some artists you go in and you get someone else's song, and so you've got to really learn it and sink your teeth into it and find where you can have your voice in there. But for me, the writing and the recording of it is kind of second nature. One comes right after the other. And then once we're done, that's when we're like, oh, what's left? What's missing? What do we need to finish this off? And that's when I ask for, that's when we get people involved and we say, what do you think you're missing? What do you wish you heard? Or is there some little element? Is there a stop? Or is there a big crescendo or something? So luckily I have friends that can tell me straight up what I need.
Now, do you play any instruments?
Actually, no. I grew up in a musical family. My dad plays guitar. My brother plays drums. My uncle plays drums. My grandmother plays piano. And my grandfather was the conductor of the Nashville Symphony. So they're all very musically inclined, but I was the first child on that whole side of the family, and I think something in me said, do something different. And so, of course, I started out that way. That's where I am now. But I decided to start dancing, and it's still music, and it still definitely has that same character, but I have, I started doing my own thing in that, and then I started to learn Pro Tools, which is what we record the records on, and I got a little bit of the producer bug, and then now here I am, songwriting and singing myself.
And is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Oh, I can't wait to meet everybody. That's probably, I should have mentioned this earlier. It's my favorite thing is meeting them after the shows and getting their feedback and seeing how much what they liked, what they want. happen more often and stuff like that.
And where can everyone check out your music?
Oh, you can totally check it out. Pretty much if you Google my name, it's a little hard to spell thanks to my parents. But it's ashlynehuff.com. I have Twitter, which is twitter.com/ashlynehuff. I have MySpace, which is myspace.com/ashlynehuff. And Facebook, same thing, facebook.com/ashlynehuff.